It's official, my friend. What no one believed has just happened. The Eagles have signed a reinforcement that completely changes the game. This signing dropped like a bombshell behind the scenes in the NFL and is already dominating all the conversations. I got exclusive inside information that explains every detail of this bold move. But before I reveal who this name is, leave your like and subscribe because what I'm about to tell you now will shock you. The Philadelphia Eagles 2025 offseason trade caught many by surprise and once again demonstrated the aggressive approach that General Manager Howie Roseman is taking to improve the roster. The trade involving wide receiver John Mechie III and tight end Harrison Bryant, along with a 2026 fifth-round pick, came as a shock to fans. But at the same time, it signaled the depth of Roseman's strategy to strengthen his starting lineup for next season. John Mechie III, a raw talent selected by the Houston Texans in the second round of the 2022 NFL Draft, faced one of the biggest challenges of his career when he was diagnosed with leukemia shortly after being drafted. This forced him to miss his rookie season in the NFL. But Mechie's recovery has been nothing short of impressive. In 2023, he made his triumphant return to the field, recording 24 receptions for 254 yards and a touchdown in a season marked by grit and perseverance. The Philadelphia Eagles, who already have an elite wide receiver unit with A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, are investing in Mechie to ensure even more depth and quality at the position. The decision to bring Mechie to Philadelphia is a strategic move by Roseman, who doesn't see the player's potential to be more than a supporting player in the passing attack. Furthermore, the connection between Mechie and Smith, who were teammates in college, could create a chemistry that could be lethal for opposing defenses. However, the question now becomes, how do the Eagles plan to utilize Mechie, a player with great potential, but who will need to compete for playing time in an extremely competitive wide receiver room? With Brown as the main star and Smith already established as one of the best receivers in the league, Mechie will need to excel to secure a prominent role, possibly becoming the third starting wide receiver. However, having so many quality options in their rotation is a good problem for the Eagles. The addition of Mechie is not only a short-term solution, but also a long-term bet. Philadelphia is not only looking for pieces for the 2025 season, but also building a solid future, with an aerial attack that promises to be one of the most dangerous in the league. And, with a mind like Howie Roseman at the helm of the decisions, the expectation is that the season will continue to strengthen until the start of the season. Part 2. A clear battle for positions looms. Tight end, depth, and TE3 position up for grabs. The John Mechie trade wasn't the only significant change to the Eagles roster this offseason. The tight end position, which seems somewhat quiet at first glance, hides a battle for depth and cap space. The recent trade with the Texans also involved tight end Harrison Bryant, who, although he showed some consistency during his time in the NFL, failed to stand out during the preseason in Philadelphia. However, the big question is, who will fill the TE3 spot? When thinking about standout players at the position, the name of Kylen Granson, formerly of the Indianapolis Colts, quickly comes to mind. Granson, with his 4 years in the NFL, may not be the most spectacular tight end, but his reliability is something the Eagles highly value. While Bryant struggled to break through, Granson proved to be a solid option and will likely earn the TE3 job. What's interesting, however, is the Eagles' focus on utilizing tight ends. With an impressive talent pool at wide receiver, it appears the role of tight ends in the 2025 offense will be different. In a scenario where A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith dominate the passing game, the importance of a tight end for offensive production diminishes. Therefore, the TE3 competition becomes more of a depth issue, with Granson assuming a safety role on the roster, offering reliability and a locker room presence. Furthermore, the tight end position ends up being less utilized due to the operational structure more focused on receivers. Even with the tight end's potential limited impact on the passing game, a strong TE3 will be crucial to balance the team, especially in blocking situations or in two tight end formations. As Granson trains and adapts, he's expected to contribute effectively, though not explosively. What's clear, however, is that the team's depth is solidifying. While tight ends won't be the Eagles' primary offensive force in 2025, the TE3 position becomes a crucial supporting piece in a high-level offense. Thus, while Mechie and the wide receivers gain prominence, Granson's role as the third tight end will be crucial to balance the roster. These two moves by Howie Roseman, the Mechie trade and the tight end reshuffle, are more than just superficial adjustments. They reflect a meticulous, focused approach to ensuring the Eagles not only defend their title, but also strengthen in key areas, increasing their options while maintaining roster flexibility. Every move Roseman makes is designed to create a dynamic, balanced team capable of overcoming any opponent that stands in its way. If there's one thing that's been consistent about Howie Roseman's tenure as general manager of the Philadelphia Eagles, it's that he's never satisfied with the status quo. Even after the acquisition of John Mechie, Roseman's work is far from done. There's strong belief across the league that the Eagles may be eyeing further trades before the start of the 2025 season. As the Eagles prepare for another Super Bowl run, several roster positions positions remain open. The Eagles are already planning for the 2026 NFL Draft, with a total of 10 draft picks. But while the future looks promising, Roseman is always looking to bolster the roster in the present. There's speculation that the Eagles could look to Amick Robertson, a talented cornerback from the Detroit Lions, to bolster their secondary. With Darius Slay out of the picture, the Eagles may be looking for a new starting cornerback, and Robertson could be the answer. Additionally, the Philadelphia Phillies' offensive line depth could be bolstered with the acquisition of guard Cole Strange from the New England Patriots. Strange, a 2022 first-round pick, has struggled to establish himself in New England, and the Eagles may be looking to acquire the former draft darling at a low price. Finally, there's talk of the Eagles possibly adding a running back to their reserve roster. With Kenny Gainwell now with the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Eagles are left with only Will Shipley and a few unproven options behind the starter. Las Vegas Raiders running back Zamir White could be a trade target, bringing depth and reliability to the backfield. As the Eagles prepares for their final preseason game against the New York Jets, the roster is beginning to take shape. The addition of John Mechie only adds to the intrigue as Philadelphia looks to solidify its depth at wide receiver. However, while time is running out for its tight end, cornerback, and running back options, the next game will be crucial in determining who makes the final 53-man roster. With Howie Roseman constantly looking for ways to improve, it's clear the Eagles aren't content to sit idly by after their Super Bowl victory. The 2025 season is approaching, and the time is ripe for another title run. Whether through trades, roster moves, or player development, the Eagles are sparing no effort to stay on top. With the recent trade of John Mechie III, the reconfiguration of the tight end position, and rumors of other potential trades, how do you think these changes will impact the Philadelphia Eagles' dynamic surge in the 2025 season? Leave your opinion here, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back later to update you with the latest Eagles news.